We made it. We're live. What is up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? We're going to talk UFC Vegas 47, Hermansson versus Strickland. We're doing it live, doing it on the StreamYard. Big reason being I really want to bring in the, comments, give you guys a chance to chat it up. With the late night live, I've said this before, I really want it to be an interactive live stream where we can chat about the fights together. And obviously, I'm going to get your guys' takes. We'll throw the polls up. We got a nice card to talk about here with it's actually UFC Fight Night 200, also known as. So good card, man. And I'm looking forward to breaking it down again, doing it live. Let's pull up some comments here. Listen, bro, we're definitely gonna cash nicely, man. We're gonna get some nice dinero up. I'm excited for some of the bets on this card. Ready to come back heavy after Bellator, which is just it's a fun card to talk about and do lives for, but absolute nightmare sometimes. Favorite 3 fights on this card ranked in order. I'll start with that. Yeah, let me give you my favorite fights. Let me quickly pull up Tapology here. I'll give you my favorite few. The favorites, the ones. Let's get Tapology up. Actually, Tapology doesn't go. Tapology for some reason doesn't call it UFC Vegas. So let me pull this up. Favorite fight on the card. I'm gonna give you my 3 favorite fights. So we're gonna go, I guess, from bottom up favorite fights. So like my number 3 fight that I'm like most looking forward to on the card, probably gonna be Shavkat Rakhmonov, Carlston Harris. And then it's going to be Jack Hermansson, Sean Strickland, the main. And then Bryan battle, Tresean Gore is probably my number 1. I'm most excited for that fight. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm a big fan of Bryan and Tresean. So it's going to be disappointing to see one of them catch a fat loss. But still, I think should be a great night. Overall, should be a lot of fun. And I really have some good feelings about the picks on this card, which is always a damn good thing. When you're feeling good about the picks, things are going well, man. Because I don't know, it's just I have this great feeling this week. So I'm really looking forward to betting down some stuff. The late night live. Let's jump into the actual prediction side. I'm going to pull up the first fight of the night. I'll put the poll out there. You guys can let me know what you think. Make sure to smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. You guys know what to do. Much love. And let's jump to the first fight on the main card. Or excuse me, first fight of the night overall. Live action, baby. It's live action, All right. And actually, one thing I got to note, they canceled Hawes versus freaking Alvey, which that sucks. But is what it is. That's the fight game. They're starting it off. Malcolm Gordon versus Denis Bondar. I feel like this is an intriguing fight for sure. Let me quickly make a poll for you guys, and we'll get your guys' takes up in here before I get into the actual breakdown. And let me know if you guys prefer me to bring up the Tapology screen or you don't mind just looking at this mean mug for the breakdown. Let me know in the live chat if there's any preference. If not, I'll keep it as is. Bondar. I didn't even spell Bondar. Bondar. All right, we got it. Poll is live right now. All right, so my breakdown of this fight, I feel like it will be Bondar controlling where the fight goes. Earlier in the week, I guess 2 days ago, really, if you watched the full card breakdown, you saw that I picked Denis Bondar. I feel like Gordon is a little bit too sloppy. He starts fast and he'll get kind of crazy. Like, I feel like when he fought against Francisco Figueiredo, he didn't look good. Figueiredo just couldn't do anything. I feel like Figueiredo doesn't have his brother's sniper, and he also doesn't have the reflexes of his brother. Francisco was no match. And then Malcolm Gordon beat him. I was surprised by that result. Malcolm Gordon is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I feel like he's going to try and probably fight a little bit grappling here. I don't think he does well on the feet with the aggressive stand-up of Bondar. Skilled striker, Denis Bondar. And you know what? He also brings a tricky wrestling game. He's heavy on top. He beats his opponents up. He's going to look for submissions. I don't necessarily know if he gets the submission off of Malcolm Gordon, but I do think Bondar gets the finish. I'm really leaning towards Denis Bondar win knockout in the second, maybe third round over Malcolm. He's a guy that I like. I mean, he's quick. He works a good jab. Doesn't really have too many negatives, especially at this level of the flyweight division. I really think he should run through Malcolm Gordon. I'm probably going to stick with that. Yeah, I'm going to go second round knockout. Odds for this fight. Let me quickly bring up fight odds to get the most accurate. About minus 240 Bondar. I'll be honest, I'm very confident, even at minus 240, that he goes out there and works, absolutely works Malcolm Gordon. I don't think it's close, man. I don't think it's close. What is up, bro? What is up? How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, bro. Hopefully we're smashing past it. How good do you think Gore and Battle be based off of what we know? I think it'll be a fun fight. I think it's a fight that has good implications because both are real prospects, man. And when you win the Ultimate Fighter, there's something to say about that. It's a valuable asset, and this is the ultimate final. Like, this is the real finale. What are we doing for a shoey tonight? Jeez, man. I'm hoping I'm not doing a shoey tonight. We'll say 70 likes live. I'll do a shoey tonight. We'll say that 70. I'm making it a tricky number. I can't give the shoeys away too easy, man. We'll go 70 live for the shoe. If you want to see the shoe, we need 70 live. That's what we're looking at. Let me look at the poll here. Right now, Bondar easy in the lead. But like, was anybody surprised by Bondar being way out in the lead? Bondar is going to work. He's going to work Malcolm Gordon. If this fight is close, I'll be more surprised. I feel like this is easy work. Like, too easy work, honestly. But I'll fucking just get some drinks in me before we jump to the next. The poll strong towards Bondar. I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that. Pretty much everybody's on him. No surprise. Zero surprise from me. Zero surprise. I don't think anybody's surprised. Malcolm Gordon does not look that good. If you're on Gordon, shit, let us know. Let us know if you're on Gordon. If you're a wild man, you'd be a tinfoil hat type if you're on Gordon at this point. Absolutely. 60? I gotta go 70, bro. We gotta do it big, bro. We gotta go big. If not, the shoey becomes spoiled, man. We'll definitely be presenting an opportunity for one on Saturday if we don't get one today. So stay tuned. Yeah, I think 70, bro. I think 70's money. We get 70 live, we'll do it. I'm about to close out the poll, though. Bondar absolutely in the lead, and no one's surprised. No one's surprised. Not in the slightest. If he loses, I'll be surprised. If you're going to the betting side of things on that one, I think Bondar money line is a guaranteed casher. I might throw a couple units at it, to be honest, man. I'm feeling very confident. If I get shafted on that one, that will ultimately suck, but I really don't think so. I don't think Malcolm Gordon's going to get the upset in this fight. Let me keep on running up the card, and of course, I will get a poll presented to the people. Jason Witt, Philip Rowe. I like this fight. This is fun. This is fun. And I think value potentially in the dog. We'll talk about it, though. I won't spoil anything just yet. Throw the poll out to the people so you guys can get your votes in. All right. Jason Witt versus Philip Rowe. Fresh Prince. He does look a little bit like Will Smith. I think Jason Witt's wrestling is a problem here. Rowe is rangy and slightly sloppy with his striking, but if he connects on the chin, he can do some damage, especially with his length. He's able to like load up with a lot of torque in these awkward, like wide shots. They're not necessarily like unconventional. Certain guys just have this wide rangy style, and Rowe definitely is one. It's when you have long arms and you're throwing hooks. Sometimes they look a little bit different than a shorter guy would. Jason Witt, I will say, does pack a bit of a punch. He's been knocked out twice in the UFC, but also beat Bryan Barberena. So I think there's something to be said about beating Barberena. It carries some respect that has to be given to him. He's not necessarily a great striker, though. He's a hard hitter, but a little bit stiff, maybe even too stiff. I think Phil Rowe has opportunities to land strikes. The problem is Jason Witt should out-wrestle him here. I really think that you're going to see Witt look to get the fight to the floor, and when he gets it on the floor, I think he controls, but not super efficiently. Rowe is the favorite in this fight, and he's sitting around minus 130. plus 135 for Witt. It was wider earlier in the week. The line has come closer, and that's because I think the wrestling of Witt deserves respect. I'm going to go Jason Witt, win by a unanimous decision. I think he beats Philip Rowe here, and I really expect a wrestling type attack from him, which leads him to victory. I like Jason Witt for the win, and I see him definitely getting it done by distance decision if he does get the W. Not recommending propping things up here, but maybe you like over 1.5 minus 138. It's a decent value, really, because Witt has been knocked out early in the past. Witt by decision plus 295. I do expect Jason Witt to win by a decision if he's able to get the win here. Hey, bro, we're gonna make some serious dough, bro. We're gonna pull this one off, man. We're gonna get things done on this card. Let's look here. Right now, poll about 50-50. Even Stevens right now on Witt and Rowe. Bro, I think for me, just one. I'm confident in him, but I don't want to bet the house and get shafted if Phil Rowe lands on that potentially weak chin of Jason Witt. Maybe. I mean, shoot, you might be looking at all decisions, though. We really don't know. The fight game is crazy, man. So be expecting the unexpected. That's what I'll continue to expect. But I do think Jason Witt as a dog has some value. I feel like he goes out there, gets it done, and I think he puts it on Phil Rowe with a wrestling style attack. It's very wrestling heavy. He's going to majority be wrestling throughout the fight. Let's see what the official poll is at right now. 50-50. Even Stevens there. Now it's slightly leaning Rowe. So the people a little bit towards Phil Rowe. I understand that. I personally am on the Jason Witt dog train. I'll end the poll there, and we'll keep on running up the card. Got to get to the exciting matchup soon. I mean, not that these matchups are bad, but not the same level of excitement with the Jason Witt fight. Marques Almeida. This is good. This is actually, I think, very competitive. And the odds, a little bit weird for this fight. They shouldn't be this wide. I really don't believe Almeida's proven enough to us to be a huge favorite like he is. For the poll to you guys. And then let's talk Danilo Marques versus Jailton Almeida. Almeida right now, let me look at the line here. Are you kidding me? He's a minus 370 favorite to the plus 330 dog, Danilo Marques. He doesn't deserve that minus 330 tag whatsoever. It's not a fight that I'm throwing down anything on Almeida. Fuck that. If anything, maybe you go towards Marques as the underdog because he does have a submission game that's notable. He's a big guy, 6'6" to 6'3". Almeida also very good on the ground. I feel like physical strength will be competitive, but I will slightly lean in Almeida. He had a nice win on the Contender Series, but we don't know that much about him. He's good. He's 14-2. I mean, that's a great record. Marques 11-3. He looked terrible against Kennedy Njokuani in that third round. He was gassed out after winning the first two. I thought he was going to choke Njokuani out, man. I was actually on Marques as a dog. So it shows that I do respect the skill set of Danilo Marques. Jailton Almeida and him, I actually think is a pretty competitive matchup. I can see Almeida getting top position on the floor, and I can see Almeida controlling position, but not beating the absolute brakes off of Marques when it's on the ground. Like, I don't see him just pounding away and getting a stoppage. I see control. I see Marques scrambling, getting up. I see Marques having moments. I see decision. I see Jailton Almeida win by a hard-fought decision. He needs to mix in the striking and the wrestling. I believe he will. And I don't think that he'll get caught up into any stupid situations with Marques because the grappling is very competitive between these two. I like Almeida by just a smidge, but all the betting side value is on Marques because there's really none to be made on Almeida, like at all here. It's a terrible money line bet if you're playing See the poll right now, 90% towards Almeida, Marques, 10%. Been watching you a lot. Shout out from Fresno. Hey, bro, shout out to you over in Fresno, California, bro. Much love, man. Don't parlay either. Almeida odds are off. Yeah, not touching that line, bro. You know me. I don't like parlaying up big favorites, really, anyways. He should win for sure, but it just makes it unplayable. He should be a minus 150 favorite at best. Almeida by decision was like plus 600. Let me check what Almeida by decision is. Jailton Almeida wins by decision is plus 375. I don't know, man. It's like they're expecting him to go out there and beat the brakes off Marques. I don't think that happens. When did he look good? You talking about Danilo Marques? I mean, he didn't look terrible when he won against Ibragimov and he choked out Mike Rodriguez. Jailton Almeida is not a proven guy. Interesting, man. I mean, it probably was that at one point, but right now it's plus 375. What about betting the finish? What you want to just go inside distance? If you feel like Jailton gets it done inside distance, which he certainly has the potential to do, that's not knockout is plus 300. So inside the distance win is minus 140. So there's no value on an inside the distance. Submission is plus 115. So they're saying Jailton's going to submit Marques. I really feel like the bookies are sleeping on the grappling skill set of Danilo Marques. He is a solid grappler, and I don't see the reason. I don't see these lines as reasonable at all, man. I really don't. Liking the time prop for Almeida on Prize Picks. They have him at 5 minutes. That's not bad. I could see that fight going definitely longer than 5. If I'm looking at the prop side, over 1.5, minus 105, maybe worth a stab. They're expecting a finish here. Could see one, but I don't know. I have this weird feeling Jailton Almeida is going to end up going out there and winning a very grinding decision. To give him a cancer question. I mean, I think that's their goal is for Almeida to win. But we'll see how good he is, man. If he goes out there and beats the brakes off Marques, like, okay, I got to view this guy with a little bit different level of respect. But at this point, I think Almeida's decent, but I haven't seen like that next level spectacular, at least from the Contender Series fight. He looked good. He beat a tough dude. Who was the opponent? Russian guy. Nazardinov. He was undefeated. It wasn't a guy that he was really supposed to beat, but went out there and did his thing. I expect him to win against Marques, but if you're betting it, you're probably not loving the lines because it's ugly as hell for that fight. Let me keep moving up the card. Next one, some ladies. Stoliarenko versus Alexis Davis, the alligator. Is that one of the worst nicknames of all time? Maybe. That might be in the conversation. Stoliarenko versus Davis. It is up. Okay, let me pull up the Tapology. The poll is up. Looking at this fight, Alexis Davis is a proven vet of the game. A lot of fights, 37. Never really that impressive when you watch her. She's decent. She's won fights in the UFC. She fought for the title. Bad loss to Ronda Rousey some years back. Stoliarenko, bad start to her UFC career. I mean, she wins, I believe, multiple fights in a row outside of UFC, and then she comes in and she loses to Kunitskaya, loses to Avila. Alexis Davis doesn't do anything all that dynamic. She is like a 2012 women's MMA style fighter. Pressure boxing, little bit wild, but still strong wrestling base, decent jiu-jitsu game, not super explosive. Her opponent, Stoliarenko, what I like about her is this Thai style of striking. She can kick to all levels, good dexterity. She has fast hands. She'll be scrappy when needed inside. She'll sit down and brawl too at times, and her takedown defense is pretty decent. I feel like Davis' best striking skill set, she throws a pretty heavy low kick. Boxing, not great. The head's on the center line. She'll flurry it up in close range. She's really square, though, evident of a real wrestling base. Generations, definitely different here. You have the early days of women's MMA on Alexis Davis' side versus, newer age Stoliarenko, though she's not high level. I'm going to pick Stoliarenko to win a hard-fought decision as an underdog. I can't pick Alexis Davis here. especially not at minus 216. Stoliarenko plus 195, plus 196 if you're lucky somewhere. The value definitely on the underdog. I do expect her to win by decision. I like the money line dog Stoliarenko play. Prop side of things, I don't really like touching any of it, but maybe you went like Stoliarenko wins decision if you had to pick one, like plus 330. Some people definitely going to be on Alexis Davis, the OG. She's a big favorite with the bookies, but I think the underdog is where the money's at here, and I think the underdog comes through and wins in this spot as well. So yeah, we're going underdog here. I'm going for Stoliarenko. What is up, bro? What is up, TJ? What is up? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic night. It's great to break down this UFC card live for you guys. Stoliarenko 50-50 right now. Davis now slightly getting the jump. Get your votes in, guys. Get your votes in. Because obviously your take is very important here. Because I'm curious to see how many of you guys disagree with some of the picks, where they lean and whatnot. But I really feel like Stoliarenko is going to have the striking to make the difference. And as long as she can stay away from being held too long against the cage, or if she does get taken down, she's got to get back up. I believe she'll find a way, but understandable for people to be on the opposite side, but there's no value on the betting side. I'm not picking Alexis Davis. I don't know. I think the upside's on the dog, and I see the dog winning. I think there's a possibility she gets it done. I think it's more so a possibility she beats Davis than the vice versa. 37 years old for Alexis Davis, out of her prime. Never was super high on her. Can't pick here. Can't pick her here. Over 2.5. Let me see real quick what the over 2.5 value's at. Minus 260. I mean, shit, if you want to play minus 260, brother, all for you, go for it. I'm not feeling that line. I'd rather just dog it up or skip it, place a bet on a different fight, because I'm not liking that tag minus 260. I'd like to see minus 200 flat. Then we can talk about it a bit. But I feel like this is Stoliarenko's fight. If she loses it, I wouldn't be shocked. But I will say I think there's a good possibility she wins, man. Def gonna avoid the Davis fight. Yeah, man. I mean, if you want to play dog, that's the line. Davis could grind out a win. She could clinch control, put her against the cage. Shitty few rounds of fight, but I'm gonna believe in the Muay Thai of Stoliarenko. I think she gets it done, man. We're going Stoliarenko for the W here. Let me see what the poll's sitting at. Finalize poll. Make sure you get your votes in. If you didn't, I'm about to close it now. Davis is in the lead as I end the poll. Let's see what it officially sits at here. The countdown. 3, 2, 1. 53% Alexis Davis. So the people slightly leaning towards Davis. Understandable. I'm on the Stoliarenko side. We're going dog in this matchup. Let me jump to the next fight. Barriault, Marc-André Barriault versus Chidi and Njokuani. This is a good fight. This is very good. I think matchmaking wise, smart. Both guys good on the feet. I'm excited. We'll get into the breakdown in 1 second here. Just throw a poll out there so you guys can do your thing. Get the votes. And also, if you're watching, you haven't smashed the like button, make sure, leave me a like, show some love. And let's talk about this fight. It is Marc-André Barriault versus Chidi and Njokuani. Chidi is rangier. He has a 7-inch reach advantage. He definitely has longer legs as well. 6'3" to 6'1". Chidi uses nice teep kicks. He's got a good Thai style. His brothers, Anthony and Njokuani, who recently lost over at Eagle FC. Chidi's got a nice stand-up game. He's got a lot of experience, fought in Bellator at a fairly high level. Barriault showed a lot of improvement in recent bouts, and I do think he actually has developed a pretty good stand-up game. The last fight, the opponent was Dalcha Lambagula for Barriault. Look at that fight compared to this one. Barriault had the heightened little bit of, I don't know if he actually had the reach edge, but he might have had it by a smidge. But one thing to note is like very different stylistic matchup. Yes, Barriault's striking was on display there. He looked good. His Muay Thai looked crisp. He kept his hands close to his face. He didn't get hit with anything stupid. He fought smart throughout the entire fight and was able to give a good showing against Dolce Lembagula, winning a clear decision there. Chidi Njokuani, striking specialist, also Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, big range advantage. I think Dolce's 5'8", Njokuani 6'3". This is a very difficult matchup. I don't think Barriault's Muay Thai will be on display here. His best bet to win this bout is try to get it to the floor. Get Chidi Njokuani uncomfortable, get him on his back, control him from top position, potentially look for submissions. But I will tell you this. A lot easier said than done. I think Barriault's going to struggle in this matchup. I think that Chidi Njokuani is going to work a very technical striking game. I think he's going to land crisp shots. I think he's going to do some damage, but I think Barriault will defend well. I feel like Barriault, pretty patient striker, keeps the guard up, defends shots well. I feel like we have a technical match on our hands here, and we're going to see good striking on both sides. But I think the jab, the front kicks, the clinch work, I think Njokuani does enough to win. Really leaning Njokuani wins by a decision here. Got to respect the durability on the side of Barriault. And I don't think of Njokuani as like that absolute dynamite finisher, though if he lands, he can hurt you. He knocked out Andre Fiallo in 20 seconds some years back. So Njokuani for the win. I think he goes out there and does it probably by a striking display, unanimous decision. About minus 105 for Barriault. Njokuani, slight plus money, plus 100. He's a little bit of an underdog, but the odds very close. Fight goes distance, minus 140. I expect it to. Njokuani wins by decision, plus 255. So definitely some okay props there. I'm on the Njokuani side. The poll agrees with me. You guys are also on the Njokuani side. So that's good to know, man. We got some strong Njokuani leans here. I like it. I like it. Chidi all day. Yeah, bro. I'm with you, Rick Sanchez. I'm with you. Your breakdowns of the breast, brief and accurate. Much appreciated. Love UFC breakdown Bellator 2. Hey, much love, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, bro. It's a 30-foot octagon. Is it on this fight? No, bro. This is the 25. We're doing it at the Apex again. Remember, we got 25-foot octagon. I'm not too concerned. I don't really see Barriault having a significant wrestling threat in this fight, even though I could see him shooting. I think that Njokuani should be fine. I feel like Njokuani, decision win, hard-fought fight, good fight, but a hard-fought one. Njokuani for the W. I'm liking it, and I'm a fan of Njokuani. I like his style. I like his story. I liked him in Bellator, and now I'm happy to see him in the UFC getting an opportunity to fight at the top of the top. Best fight in league, I mean, period. Like, at the end of the day, everybody's trying to get to that number 2 spot where supposedly Bellator is, and I will say, I think that number 2 spot for MMA organizations is up for grabs now. I will tell you guys that. I do believe that. The poll right now, I'm going to finalize it. Njokuani, 75%. Barriault, 25%. I like Njokuani all day. So do the people. Glad to see. Glad to see that one. Smaller guys could have an advantage if he pushes them against the cage and holds them, but I don't see that with Barriault style. I second the Eagle Companion compliment. Great job. Hey, thank you, bro. I'll be live for UFC as well. So, guys, make sure you tune into that Fight Companion this week. That'll be a lot of fun. PFL is better than Bellator. Honestly, man, it's on the way. It's getting there. I'm not gonna argue with somebody that says that at this point. Bellator's not doing as well as they once were. Biggest mistake they've made is go to Showtime. Showtime is premium cable. Limited amount of people have it. You get little exposure. The hype fights are not there. Ryan Bader fighting Czech Congo. What are we doing here? What are we doing with Ryan Bader and Czech Congo? Because nobody cares to see that fight. Sorry, Bellator. And I'm a big Bellator fan. I've been following forever. And I was pissed to hear that announcement. Hey, bro, I appreciate you all for tuning in, man. Much love, guys, for real. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's keep on running up. Let's get to the next fight of the night. Let's see who it is here. It is Hakeem Dawodu and Mike Trizano. This is a fun fight. Mean Hakeem Dawodu. Trizano getting a big opportunity too, man. I'm excited. Dawodu versus Trizano. Get the poll up there. Get your votes in, guys. Let me know where you're at. Which lean are you on? With Hakeem Dawodu, you have a very good striking game. Like technical, Muay Thai, precise, speed. He has a lot of things going for him that are good. I like the stand-up. I like the pressure. But I will say, at times, I feel like his volume's low. I know you look back at that Zabiria Tahuga fight, and you're like, what are you talking about? He was pushing the pace. At times, he wasn't doing shit. And in that third round, yes, he's yelling, let's go, let's fight. But for the first two, he wasn't really doing a ton either. It was because he knew the fight was, potentially up for grabs. He had to turn it up. Dawodu can be a bit underwhelming at times. And I think he has all the tools to be pretty good. He's explosive. He hits hard. Big left hook. I would like to see more volume. He's a strong guy, but the wrestling is, I would call him like grappling skill set is B tier. I guess if I have to give it a tier ranking, I feel like it's like B tier, B minus. Like Movsar Evloev destroys him on the ground. Clearly a one-sided fight that Dawodu lost there. And then Trizano on the opposite side has a nice kickboxing game. He's got good pressure, pretty rangy guy, 5'11", will have the height edge, though the reach similar, 72, 71. I'll be honest, I'd be very curious to find out the official arm lengths of the fighter. Not this reach. Let me get the reach of a straight punch, like from armpit to the fist. I'm curious. I feel like Trizano still leads that because Dawodu's very broad, but I feel like Trizano probably has a longer arm. Don't know for sure. That's conspiracy, I guess, at this point. That's me just giving a theory. I do believe that, though. Gas tank, close, but I'm going to give it slightly to Trizano. Trizano's got good takedown defense. Wrestling offense is not amazing with him, but he's actually not a bad wrestler. I don't see him going out there and out wrestling Hakeem too much. I could see him putting Hakeem against the fence, gassing him, putting some pressure on him. I feel like Trizano has a lot of potential, man. And I think Mike Trizano is going to surprise a lot of people this weekend. And I'm going to pick Trizano for the win by a decision. He's also the Ultimate Fighter winner. Can't sleep on these tough guys. He hasn't had a ton of activity, right? He came into the UFC. He wins the Ultimate Fighter over Joe Giannetti. He then beats Luis Pena, who was also on the show, loses to Grant Dawson. That was almost 3 years ago. And then 8 months ago, beats up Ludovic Klein, who was supposed to be that prospect. Now he fights a real top of the line featherweight, a real upper tier featherweight in Hakeem Dawodu. What can Trizano do? I think he's going to prove that he is a pretty damn good fighter. I see him getting the win here. And he's an underdog. Good plus money, plus 165. Dawodu around minus 165 is the favorite. If you look towards betting this fight with props, I personally don't love it. I'm seeing Trizano pulling off a decision, plus 320. It definitely could go the way of Dawodu at plus 120. It's a close and competitive fight, and I'm leaning it like this towards Trizano, man. I have to pick Trizano for the win. I see him getting it done and upsetting Hakeem Dawodu in this spot. Should be a hell of a fight, too. Cup check Congo. Yeah, get Cup check Congo out of the top. And he just lost to Tim Johnson. The PFL Challenger Series is coming soon. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. And if you guys, I'll do picks for PFL Challenger Series. I don't mind. Fighter entrances, the best part of Bellator. Yeah, they do have some decent entrances. You know what? I don't think the UFC ever changes the entrance game, man. I think they like it simple, bro. Old school. Old school, man. I used to not care much about the prelims, but your breakdown makes it very interesting. You know what you're talking about. Hey, thank you, bro. I fucking spend a lot of time on this, man. So I'm glad that you're able to see that, man. Much love, bro. Have you heard about the reports that Zabit will be returning? Yes, and he's going to wreak havoc on a lot of guys in that weight class. I'm intrigued. I will say, we have to question mark gas tank. In a 5-round fight, Calvin Kattar, I think, beats Zabit. I think that in a 5-round fight, Zabit may lose to a Yair. The fight for Zabit that I kind of like is Giga Chikadze. That'd be interesting, man. Yeah, Trizano's been putting in the work, bro. I think he's a fantastic dog. Over first round, yeah, I think Trizano and him definitely go over the first. What is the line for the first round? Trizano over 1.5 minus 400, bro. They're expecting fight goes distance. It's minus 205 fight goes distance. So you're not going to get much value on the betting side there at all, unfortunately. Over 2.5, a little bit better, but not much. You're on Trizano with me? Fuck yeah, bro. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think you could cash for sure on that, but just the value ain't great. PFL Challenger Series is stacked. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it some more, man. I heard about it, but I haven't dug deep. Why was Zabit out for so long? He retired. He was getting sick of the weight. He said, I'm done. Probably was not mentally in the state to fight, was maybe sick of it, and now bouncing back. I'm ready, man. What do you think he's looking at to return on? If I had to guess, I feel like he's coming back by probably, I'm going to assume April, May. That's going to be my best guess, April, May. I feel like he'll come back probably as a pay-per-view opener. I could see an exact opponent. I don't know. Are they going to put him, in the rankings type fight, or are they going to keep him back? I really don't know what they want to do. PFL got some fighters. Yeah, they definitely do, man. They're pitting Muhammad Juma against Josh Silveria. Yeah, I remember Josh, man. I like it, man. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, bro. We'll definitely hop on PFL for the picks as well, man. So let me finish out this poll and we'll jump to the next fight. Dawodu, of course, leading the dance by a bit here, 58% to 42. And we'll close it out officially, get your final pick in, and let's see what it's at. The official poll in 3, 2, 1. 57% Dawodu. Fair, understandable, but I am on underdog Mike Trizano. Love going with the dogs, and I like Trizano, man. Oh, this next one's fun. Miles Johns and John Castañeda. Good fight. Very interesting fight. I know the side that I'm on like 150% here, but still an intriguing matchup nonetheless. Miles Johns versus John Castañeda. Let's talk this fight. Castañeda's got a cool nickname, though. Sexy Mexi versus Miles Chapo Johns. El Chapo. Miles Johns hits damn hard. He's got a ton of power in his hands. Wrestling base. And you can see, like, guys that have good wrestling bases and then were, like, explosive wrestlers, they start learning some punching. You look at Justin Gaethje, Miles Johns, they hit fucking hard, man. And Miles Johns is no exception. He's very explosive. He has great hooks. He controls his distance well. He's not concerned about being taken down by the majority of the opponents that he's fighting, has the wrestling in that back pocket, but he likes to stand up and fight. Castañeda on the opposite side is a tricky southpaw. That's something we have to note. He's a patient fighter with, I would say, a decent striking game. Rips the low kicks well, moves fairly well, brings a wrestling base to the fight as well. Not the same as Miles Johns. Definitely doesn't have the boxing skill set of Johns, nor the power, explosiveness, strong towards Johns. Jiu-jitsu wise, we'll see. With Johns, I don't think of him as like a jiu-jitsu slick fighter. Of course, if he fought someone that was, he could maybe get into some trouble against like a real lanky jiu-jitsu guy on the floor. I don't think Castañeda is that guy. I feel like Miles Johns finds the chin, and I think he knocks out John Castañeda, especially if Miles Johns decides, let me work the body a bit. He did that in the fight against Anderson Dos Santos. Remember that knockout? Left hook, overhand, unconscious, brutal KO. Miles Johns is a guy to watch, man. He's young. He's 27. Real prospect at bantamweight. And I feel like he's going to go out there and beat John Castañeda impressively here and keep that momentum going up. He took that one loss, upset Mario Batista, beat him, flying knee. That was like 2 years ago. It is what it is. He's turned it around, man. And coming back from adversity is some of the best signs you can see in a fighter. And Miles Johns has been able to do that. I like him for the win by KO. Minus 195, plus 200 for Castañeda. I like minus 195 Johns, of course. Johns wins by KO TKO plus 300. That might be a little bit of an undersell. I think that could be plus 175 because Miles Johns is a hitter, man. I mean, John Castañeda, proven tough, but when you get touched by an explosive puncher, the level of Johns, I don't care how tough you're proven, man. That chin's going to fall. The chin's going to maybe fall off, man. I see him getting hurt, man. Definitely. Good fight. And right now the polls very strong towards Miles Johns. I'll leave the poll up for a bit longer as I pull up some of these comments here. Let's see. PFL Challengers is really some new talent. Please don't leave out the PFL. I won't, man. I'll bring it in, man. Closer than you thought for the odds? I think a lot of underdogs, man. Johns for the win. Yeah, me too. If Castañeda can eat those big shots, he can use volume and use the takedown defense to win a close fight. Maybe. Miles Johns is one of your parlay pieces. Okay. Southpaw fighter, watch out. Yeah, the Southpaws always make us nervous, man. But I think Miles Johns will be good. Yeah, he's pretty patient. That's what I like about Johns. He doesn't really go crazy. It's a great fight, dude. And I think Miles Johns getting the hand raised, man. Castañeda has power, but is the wrestling of Johns better? I don't think Castañeda has the same power as Miles Johns, man. At least not from what I've seen. By KO, I'm going KO, yeah. Second round. Second round. Just finish for that fight. Just finish for Miles Johns. So inside distance play. Plus 225. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna close out the poll here. Almost called it the parlay. Let's see. Let's see what it's sitting at, man. The official poll as we link it up. Come on, man. Give me that official poll. Okay, 73% for Johns. Cool. Yeah, I'm with you guys. We're all on Johns here. Majority, still 25% towards Castañeda, so not bad. But I'm on the team Johns for the W here, bro. Hey, definitely throw me a like. If you guys are watching, you haven't smashed the likes, make sure smash that like button. Show some love, man. Gotta say, I'm digging StreamYard. I love this feature right there. Being able to bring you guys on screen, bro, it just makes it so much better for me, man. I'm a huge fan of it. Might take that in a parlay. Okay. Okay. Overall, man, the prelims are pretty good. Looking through them, we just previewed the entire set of prelims. Good stuff, man. So the prelims, if you just tuning in, you missed the prelim picks, I'll quickly run through it. It's Bondar in the first fight. It's Jason Witt in the second. Third is Almeida. Fourth is Stoliarenko. Fifth, Chidi Njokuani. Sixth, Mike Trizano. And then then Miles Johns over John Castañeda. Not John Castañeda for the win. We will jump to the main card, though. If you guys are watching, you haven't smashed the likes, make sure, leave me a like, show some love. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, keep it locked in. We'll be doing the Fight Companion on Saturday, so make sure you tune into the live stream. Shit gets wild up in here, and I can't wait for that live stream. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, so Juicy J, Julian Erosa takes on Steven Peterson. Let me pull up the poll for the people. Erosa versus Peterson. Good fight. Interesting that this is on the main card. I don't know why. I thought this was more of a prelim fight. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that one. Like, I like Juicy J. I'm a fan. I've been following him since the tough days, but I thought this was a prelim fight. I don't know. Steve Peterson, you know what? He's been able to rack up 2 wins in the UFC. So, like, I can't talk that much shit. But Martin Bravo, Chase Hooper, and he beat Matt Bassett. But, like, recent wins, there's been 2 of them. He was out for over 2 years. So he was out for a long time. And then, year and a half. And then he comes back, which is a long time. A year and a half is a long time. He beats Chase Hooper, wins the decision. It was okay. I wasn't like super impressed. He beat up Chase Hooper. He fought smart, good grappling defense. As a guy of his experience should, he beat Chase Hooper. On the feet, Steven Peterson's a pretty typical kickboxer. Hands are up, decent defense, presses forward. Whereas Juicy J, Julian Erosa, is a totally different style. Very lanky. 6'1", will have a 4.5-inch reach advantage in favor of Erosa. You look on the opposite side, Peterson, 5'10", 70-inch reach. So big advantage for Erosa here in the range, and that's going to come into play 100% in this fight. He works awkward punches, looping shots, will still throw some decent straights, but honestly will work weird angles and find his way inside. He's known to upset prospects. That's another thing you got to like about Julian Erosa. Nasty submission skill set, and he's there all 3 rounds. You're not getting this guy down easy, man. He's a very difficult guy to beat up. I mean, of course, exception, the Sung Woo Choi fight, he got knocked out in like a minute, whatever. That happens. That is the fight game. Julian Erosa is not easy to deal with for most fighters at 145, especially with his build. Opposite side, Peterson, physically strong guy, is down to scrap. I see him getting outworked, outstruck, and I see Julian Erosa finding a way to submit Steve Peterson. Potential stun him and then choke him out. I think he finds a way to sub him, but I wouldn't be shocked if Erosa just clearly wins the 3 rounds. If the fight's not that competitive, I can see Peterson kind of being shelled up a bit, not taking like crazy risks, and then Erosa just winning a decision. I like Erosa all day here as far as the favorite. Big confidence towards Juicy J. The betting side of things on this fight, Erosa minus 285, Peterson plus 255. I like the strong favorite, Julian Erosa here, and I expect him to win potentially by submission, but could see it decision. Erosa inside distance plus 170. Fight goes distance minus 125. I like Juicy J, but I will say the money straight isn't great. If you're on the opposite side, maybe you like Peterson plus 255. I can see not a ton of people with the Steven Peterson side, but definitely potential. Let's see here. Let's see what these comments are saying, man. Gonna be a banger? I believe so, brother. I was so hyped to see Hawes too. Yeah, seeing the comments on screen is money, bro. I love it. Yeah, it is gonna be a good fight. You're right. That's probably why it's on the main. That was comedy, bro. I vaguely remember that, bro. I don't really think that was her though. Hard fight to call. I think Juicy J wins it though. I'm going Witt on that fight, brother, man. Short notice King Erosa for sure. Won't be an easy fight. Might not be. That's what I'll say. You know what? I'm gonna agree with what you just said. Juicy doesn't have the best chin. He's been hurt. He's been knocked out. I've seen him now. Artem Lobov on Tough slept him. But Peterson, not a big heavy hitter. Oh, I believe Peterson's probably been training his ass off, man. I want to see Alvey, and now I'm even more pumped. Dude, Alvey is not fighting, brother, man. Phil Hawes and Alvey is off. I'm sorry to inform you. You think Peterson's worth it as a dog? Listen, bro, if you want to throw down, my guy. Yo, what is up, homie? Yeah, bro. Saturday night. I can pull up the official time. Let me get the time for you, bro. Let me get it. Now I'm actually curious the exact time. I'm like 70% sure it's at 7. Main card starts at 7. Prelims start at 4. So it's like it's a early night, I guess late evening type card. Main card will be on at 7. So main event, expect the walks around 10 o'clock. It's Brendan Allen and Sam Alvey now. I'm tripping. It's all over MMA news. Let me see, bro. Are you trolling me right now or is that factual, bro? Because if it is, that would be pretty cool, bro. Where are you getting that source, man? Because I didn't hear about it yet. I'm not saying it's impossible. Okay, he does. Okay, good. Okay, good. This is official. I just got it confirmed, man. Wow, Brendan Allen, Sam Alvey, short notice, man. Shit, I missed that one, bro. I didn't even fucking see this post. Hey, I'm glad to see it. I like Brendan Allen taking that on short notice. That's an interesting fight. I'm very excited. There. Yeah, the undercard is better than 270. I like Alvey on the card. I'm happy, man. Alvey and Brendan Allen. Yup, it's official. Alvey and Brendan Allen. At first, I thought you guys were trolling me, but no, it's factual, man. I just looked it up. Yeah, I didn't even know, bro. I'll be honest. I didn't check MMA Junkie. Let's go. Yeah, it's Allen, man. Tapology got it. Okay. Sam's fighting. Let's go. This is a good card now. That's good shit, man. I guess maybe he's the next one up. Let's see, though. Before we finish everything out, the poll, strong towards Erosa, as expected. I'm not super surprised. I'll end the poll out, and we'll jump to the next fight of the night, which maybe... Okay, yeah, it's Bryan Battle, Tresean Gore, and then it's Sam Alvey, Brendan Allen. That's a fun one. I'm excited to hear about it, man. And I'm glad that I just recently did some film study on Allen for that last fight of Curtis. So I got it locked in my mind, the Brendan Allen skill set. And actually, I watched him and Punahele Soriano the other day, man. So I'm pretty dialed in with Brendan Allen. Bryan Battle, Tresean Gore. This is going to be good. Love this fight. Love this fight. All right. The true Ultimate Fighter finale between Bryan Battle and Tresean Gore. I am so excited. I'll be honest, guys. I am so excited. This is a fight I need to see. This is a fight I want to see. This is the Ultimate Fighter finale. Yes, Bryan Battle officially has the trophy, but Tresean right now gets his opportunity against the guy who won. Tresean Gore is an explosive striker. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen like a ton of experience out of him. He's only got 3 pro bouts. You look at the fights on The Ultimate Fighter, dominations over solid opponents. The way he was able to beat, I believe, Gilbert Urbina. I almost said Elias Theodoro, man. That would have been the wrong guy. But quickly beat up Gilbert Urbina. to earn the final spot before an injury. Before that, destroyed a pretty tough kid in Ryder Newman, who was 3-1, destroyed him for 2 rounds. Bryan Battle is a savage, good wrestling base, consistent pressure, lanky guy, 6'1", 77-inch reach, has that Forrest Griffin vibe, man. He's like the new Forrest Griffin. I don't know, man. He gives me that feel a lot. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. My concern is he gets hit, that gritty style, he's going to get touched up. If he can get Tresean to the ground and get him in the deep waters, end of the second round, third round, I think there's a chance Bryan Battle could win by submission. My concern is I think Tresean is going to control distance very well. He has a good speed advantage. The striking level difference is pretty solid here. And I don't see Tresean as a guy with bad takedown defense. Of course, if Bryan Battle can weather the storm of the power punches, find a way inside, getting close, I see him potentially getting this fight to the floor. And how will Tresean look when he gets there? From what we've seen of Tresean, he's pretty well-rounded for being just 3-0. Huge opportunity now to fight Bryan Battle, who won the Ultimate Fighter. I'm going to go Tresean Gore. He's going to win against Bryan Battle, and I'm thinking second or third round KO as well. And I am a huge fan of both these guys. Like, when you watch The Ultimate Fighter, you really start following guys deep, and both these guys I was just immediately drawn to. I like their styles. I like their personalities. I'm going Tresean. I think he's going to knock out Bryan Battle. I'm disappointed to have to see one of these guys lose. I'll be honest. When Urbina stepped in, I was happy. I said, okay, I don't have to see Tresean potentially lose or Battle. And I was expecting Battle to beat Urbina, which he did. Now, one of them, unfortunately, has to take an L. So that does suck. But that is the fight game. It is what it is. I'm going Tresean Gore. May the best man win. I wouldn't be disappointed with either, to be honest. I'm a big fan of both. So minus 140 Tresean. Bryan Battle plus 145. If you're feeling like, hey, I want that knockout prop, well, it's actually not fully available right now. But Tresean Gore win inside distance is plus 145. I would presume the knockout bet prop plus 175 when it does drop. So keep your eye out for that. I'm going Tresean by KO. He's a slight favorite here. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. I love it. Glad to see it. On the real tight picks, can you add a pick'em category to the poll, but only the tight ones? Yeah, I could do that for the ones that the odds are real close. I got you, brother. I like Alvey a lot more against Allen than Hawes, for sure. Fight week, bro. You taking Alvey? I like Sam Alvey, man. I'm excited to see, I'm excited to break down that fight actually up next. Gore sleeps him. I agree, bro. Gore's a questionable gas tank. Could be a problem. Yeah, you have to watch the walkouts here, man. Hey, if you're on Battle, that's all cool, man. I wouldn't be disappointed with either one winning, man. I'm a fan of both. Yeah, bro. Brendan Allen, Sam Alvey. Bryan Battle has taken too many shots. You think he's going to take too many? I don't know. I think he'll be all right. But I am going for Tresean by KO. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, one thing we'll say, Bryan Battle is battle tested, whereas Tresean doesn't have that same thing there. You like Battle? Okay. Bryan light skin Forrest Battle. Good pick. I appreciate that, bro. Fight not going the distance. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it does. Night of Dogs, Battle Cat for me. Okay, I like it. One of them's going to sleep. Damn, my heart was broke when he KO'd his ex when he was stricken by Curtis. Redemption time. Gore is technically 8-0 if you count amateur and tough fights. He's got a lot of experience for sure. I think Gore might gas out and get sub. Definitely possible, man. Definitely possible. You think Gore's power is overhyped? Maybe. Battle wins. All right. Fight odds is saying Ian Heinisch is fighting Alvey. I don't think so. What? I don't see that, brother, man. I see Brendan Allen on my fight odds, but I don't know. That's yours. Allen is in on late notice, Hasbullah. He is in. Fight doesn't go the distance. I don't think it does. If he had a better nickname, dude, he don't need a nickname, bro. He's Bryan Battle. I mean, Pooh Bear. That's just his thing. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's not a great nickname. You're right. It is what it is. 50-50. Wow, you guys are mad close on this one. Can't come through with a leader. And I'm gonna end it out at 50-50, as is deserved. It's an ultimate pick'ems fight. and it should be a hell of a matchup. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. This is the fight. Oh, like I'm telling you, this is my number one fight all week. I'm most looking forward to this fight right here. Let me keep on moving up the card, and quickly I'll tell you, yeah, officially 50-50 for Bryan Battle and Tresean Gore. Let's jump to the next fight. Sam Alvey and Brendan Allen. Let's get it. And guys, smash that like button if you're tuning in, if you're enjoying. Show some love. I appreciate you guys for being here. And let's get into this next fight. Alvey takes on Brendan Allen. Allen's bouncing back from that KO to Chris Curtis. Let's see what he can do, man, because that was a fucking bad knockout. That was a painful knockout. That hurt me watching that knockout. All right, let's go. All right, Sam Alvey. Recent fight 5 months ago, split decision, loss, Wellington Turman. Recent fight 8 weeks ago, about 8 weeks ago. Brendan Allen got knocked out by Chris Curtis. Quick turnaround from that fight. And he took some real damage in that matchup. And now he fights Sam Alvey, who was preparing for this spot to take on Phil Hawes, who's not an easy fight, a guy with good wrestling, good power. You know what, though? Not a crazy adjustment for Brendan Allen. I think Sam Alvey has a better chance potentially with Brendan Allen here. You don't get the same knockout power that you get with Phil Hawes on the side of Brendan Allen. If Hawes really touches that chin, he's got that explosive power. He also has better wrestling than Brendan Allen, though jiu-jitsu favorable towards Allen. Something to note, this fight is at light heavyweight. And Sam Alvey at light heavyweight versus a middleweight, I like the chances of Sam Alvey getting an upset. Brendan Allen can strike. He can grapple. He could definitely give Sam Alvey a difficult fight. But man, I will tell you this. At this weight class, it's really hard for me to pick against Sam, especially preparing for this fight. I'm going smiling Sam Alvey, upset, knockout. I'll say second round, maybe third. I'm jumping on the underdog, smiling Sam Alvey to beat Brendan Allen. Maybe the pick changes later in the week. I'll go in and really look through this matchup again. I want to look at more of Allen. I mean, I want to go back and really rewatch that Curtis fight. I just watched that Soriano fight the other day. But I will tell you this. Brendan Allen gets hit, man. He has a decent striking game, but you look at the Punahele Soriano fight. Allen was levels above. You look at Sam Alvey. He's got that experience, and he's so awkward. Ryan Spann had a hard time with Sam Alvey. I think Sam Alvey's knocking Brendan Allen out in the second round. And yes, his record in recent fights is tough. He's taken a lot of losses, has a draw in the middle of them. It's time for a win for Sam Alvey. And I think right here, this is the perfect opportunity. The odds are atrocious. Sam Alvey, a plus 300 underdog, plus 305. Are you kidding me? Plus 305 for Sam Alvey, who's preparing for this spot against Brendan Allen, who just got knocked out. It's a gift. Play that line. Sam Alvey, I'm going knockout. I think he gets it done, guys. I think so. I think so, man. Yo, who's going to main event? Columbus? Oh, shit. I got no idea, bro, but I'm curious to find out. If it's Pick'ems take Pooh Bear, okay. Yeah, Smiling Sam. He fought like 2 months ago, bro. He got knocked out. You think the Allen's going to win? We'll see, man. Way better matchup. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a different weight class, though. This is light heavyweight, bro. One shot is all it takes. No, he never stops smiling. Yeah, Alvey all the way. I agree. Third round knockout. I like it. I like underdog play. Curtis was a welterweight in the past, but he definitely hits hard, man. Chris Curtis hits hard. Easy for you to pick against him because of what you've seen lately. But listen, man, Sam Alvey still trains his ass off. Sam Alvey is still grinding. Just because he's lost fights doesn't mean that he doesn't have the ability to win. And let's look for a second. Like, let's dig into Sam Alvey's losses, okay? Let's look at the losing streak. Rogerio Nogueira in 2018 knocks him out. Ain't really much of a surprise. Jimmy Crute knocks him out 2019. Klidson Abreu beats him on a decision. That was pretty bad. He looks good against Ryan Spann, loses a split. Draws with Dawodu Jung, who's a difficult fighter at light heavyweight. Julian Marques gets the better of him at 185 pounds. Wellington Turman, then split decision. The fight that concerns me, I will say, going into this spot is going to be the Marques fight. But I'll tell you this, Ryan Spann and Dawodu Jung, those fights give me some confidence. And Brendan Allen, when was the last time that he fought at 205? Was there a time that he fought at 205 in the UFC? I feel like I saw it. I swear I saw him fight at 205 in the past. He might not have, though. I might be wrong on that. Maybe not. Maybe he never fought at 205. I'm not seeing a 205 fight, but for some reason I thought he fought at 205. Well, inside of the UFC, he's been on the middleweight division. I'll be honest, man. I don't see this weight class as favorable. I think a full Alvey finds a way to win. Brendan Allen, of course, has a chance here, but at 205, this is the fight for Sam Alvey. Upset Sam Alvey for the victory. I'm going to close out the poll here. Let me see what the people are saying. Over 1.5, I think so, bro. Too soon for Allen, I agree. Hey, I'm glad I'm speaking language, bro. Listen, bro, I got to shock the world sometimes, man. I just found out about this fight, though, so it's subject to change potentially later in the week, but that's what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, he needs a win. Anyone got the odds for this fight? Plus 300, Alvey. 300 is disgusting, bro. Yeah, man. Agreed. Dude, I hope they don't cut him, but they might after this one. It says light heavyweight on Tapology, brother. See, I mean, if it's at 85, it's a different fight. They're gonna, let's see, Sam Alvey will be competing on Saturday. However, Brendan Allen's coming to save the day in the light heavyweight division. Yep, light heavyweight, guys. Light heavyweight. Listen, bro. Haas is off now. I don't know, bro. Upper weight class. Soriano's not an experienced guy. Guys, don't get overhyped by Soriano. He knocked out Dushko, which is cool, but that's a different level, man. Sam Alvey's an OG. Sam Alvey has a ton of fights, man. And Sam Alvey at 205 is not the same guy as at 185 drained. Okay, 195. That's interesting. Alvey to win via decision is not out yet. I have no props for that fight yet. When I get them to you, of course, I'll give them to you. But right now, there's no props. Yeah, Alvey, I don't like when he goes down. 195 against Strickland, and he got fucked up. I don't know how bad he was really beating Curtis, man. I think I got to go back and rewatch that fight, but I don't think he was working him, man. And Curtis was in that fight. That was more so the fight for Curtis. I thought he was winning. And then you look at maybe the Phil Hawes fight. Yeah, Phil Hawes was on fire that fight, and then he gets fucking caught and slept and call it a fucking career. He gets put to sleep. That was rough. But Phil Hawes will be back. Just difficult fight there, man. Shit, that was tough. All right, guys, for those tuning in, make sure to smash that like button. Show your boy some love. Let's keep on moving up the card. Also, Saturday Fight Companion. Make sure you guys tune into that. And if you're new, subscribe. Keep it locked in, man. This next one is awesome. It's our featured bout of the night between welterweight prospects, Shavkat Rakhmonov and Carlston Harris. This is a fantastic matchup. Let me get this set up here. I'm going to throw the poll to you guys. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. I want to hear your guys' side, of course. I want to see where you guys lean. I'm curious. I'm very curious where a lot of you are leaning on this Shavkat Rakhmonov Carlston Harris fight. So I look at this fight, and I got to say, Shavkat Rakhmonov is like a legit prospect. He's so technical with his kickboxing. He's rangy. He's got a 77-inch reach. That's pretty good. Now, opposite of him, Carlston Harris is also kind of a freak. 6 foot, 76-inch reach. Very good grappling skill set. Sneaky power with the hands. A little bit awkward striking style, but he's pretty good. I will tell you, he's getting thrown to the wolves, though, against Shavkat. Carlston Harris has been great in the UFC. He's 2-0. Beats Christian Aguilar by submission and knocks out Impa Kasanganay. And now he's getting thrown to an up-and-coming, like, serious potential prospect who's 27, Shavkat Rakhmonov. I guess for Harris, it's now or never. He's 34, and he's a welterweight, which, I mean, not too old for the welterweight division, but 34. You're getting up there a little bit, I guess, potentially. Shavkat Rakhmonov, though, is so skilled with his technical striking. He has a great jab, follows with a beautiful cross. Strong in the clinch, strong with the wrestling, slick with the submission skill set, heavy pressure, has choked out 2 Brazilians in his most recent bouts. That's something to note. Carlston Harris on the opposite side, he's not bad either. He's known for his grappling. I think Shavkat's going to put on a striking display, but I will tell you this. I won't be surprised if Shavkat Rakhmonov submits Carlston Harris too. More so the club and sub style. I hit you with a big shot. I wobble you. I get you on the floor and I lock up a neck. I can see a stunned Carlston Harris definitely getting stopped by submission here. Could also see the TKO. I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is going to work Carlston Harris. I think there's so many counters available when Carlston throws at a guy of the level of technicality of Shavkat, way too much. 14-0, 17-4. This is amazing matchmaking in the welterweight division, and I really feel like Shavkat is a welterweight to watch. He's got a ton of potential, and he's going to beat Carlston Harris here. Looking at the lines, Shavkat minus 225. Harris plus 200. So strong towards Shavkat. I personally love a money line play on him still, even at those odds. Inside distance, Rakhmonov plus 310. I feel, excuse me, that's for a decision. Decision is plus 310. Inside distance for Rakhmonov is actually only at plus 110. So not fantastic value there, but I do think it's an inside the distance fight. I do think Shavkat Rakhmonov gets the win. Let's see where the poll is at. Currently, the poll is towards Rakhmonov by about 76% to 24. Some real Rakhmonov believers out here. I like it. This is matchmaking genius. Maybe. We'll find out. If you want to know everything I know about this fight. Everyone's saying this and that about this fight. I've got the Russian all day, but I want to know what's the deal. Carlston Harris is good, bro. But he's going to get destroyed by Shavkat. And he's actually not Russian. He's actually from Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, greatest country in the world. The Alvey fight is, yeah. Rakhmonov is another parlay piece. I like it. No, he's not Russian. Kazakhstan. Odds over 1.5. Let me pull them up for you, my man. Odds over 1.5 are minus 120 for over 1.5. So that's actually not too bad if you're looking to play that. But I could see it getting done earlier, man. Parlay piece for you. I like it. Under 2.5 value for that. Let me pull that up for you. Under 2.5 is minus 175. So they're thinking it's a 2-round fight. Harris has fought some good competition, certainly, as has Shavkat. Okay. I don't know, man. If you don't look at paper. Look at the striking of Carlston Harris and compare it to Shavkat. There's levels difference. Harris is not going to out-wrestle him. Shavkat's going to knock him out. UFC currently has 3 former M1 champions. Shavkat's one, and the other 2 are Nate Landwehr's a featherweight champion, most are at 145. Think this proves something. M1 is a pretty good organization, I'll tell you that. Harris was a brave champ. He's an absolute savage. He's a top-of-the-line guy. That's why I don't really like the matchmaking, because you're killing 2 prospects, but you're killing 1 prospect out of the 2. But it is what it is. That's the fight game. I'm going Shavkat, guys. But Carlston Harris is good. Looking at the people, heavy on Shavkat. 80% Shavkat Rakhmonov, 20% for Carlston. I like it, man. I like it. I'm digging this card, guys. I am digging this card. The official poll, yeah, it ends with 80% for Rakhmonov. Everyone has a puncher's chance, definitely, man. And I think that I think Harris has power, but I see him having a hard time landing. I see the more technical striking skill set leading the way, man. All of the countries have inferior potassium. That's great, bro. Bro, Big Tuna, your MVP. What does that mean? What does that mean? What are you saying? Like he's like Michael Venom Page? Another bad matchmaking move was pitting Evlov and Topuria. Yeah, that was dangerous. Like, let's kill a prospect while we're at it, man. Dude, Luke Joe knows Kazakhstan well. He knows it, man. That's gold, bro. That's gold. If you know, you know. If you don't know, You just don't know, man. It's an inside joke, unfortunately, for some. All right, let's keep on running up the card. Punahele Soriano versus Nick Maximov in the co-main event. Isn't that interesting that this is the co-main event? Interesting. Very interesting for me, my friend. Soriano Maximov. All right. Soriano Maximov poll should be up there. You guys get your votes in. Interesting fight. I probably surprised a lot of you. If you watch the full card breakdown, you're probably like, whoa, this guy surprised me with this one. Punahele Soriano has some wrestling, but not necessarily known for it, more defensively. Has power in his hands. When you look at Soriano's fights in the UFC, he lets the hands fly. You can do that when you have an opponent who is not consistently chain wrestling you, consistently being threatened of a takedown, stifles your striking offense by a fair margin. Nick Maximov is not the most high-level striker. He needs a lot of work on the stand-up. I believe he's getting it. I'm expecting improvements from the Brundridge fight to this one. His jiu-jitsu is very good. He competes in submission underground. His wrestling is a problem. He's not the most technical wrestler from range, but when he clinches you up, he's going to work the takedowns, and he's going to be persistent. He's going to keep shooting. Punahele Soriano has the clear boxing edge. If he keeps on the feet, he might rip Maximov's head clean off his shoulders. But Nick Maximov is one of those sneaky grapplers who's always searching for the back. If he gets the takedown, or if he even gets dominant position against the cage and can find a way to the back, can find a way to trip Soriano to the ground, this is trouble for him. Soriano doesn't have a ton of fights. He's getting really touted as this like top of the line prospect, but who has he truly beaten? Dushko Todorovic. Okay, Dushko's decent. Prior to that, Oscar Piachota, not a ton on it. Beats Jamie Pickett by a decision. Brendan Allen loses a decision. Nick Maximov hasn't really fought anybody either. You look at the win. Cody Brundridge in his last fight was his debut. D2 wrestler, out-wrestled him. Oscar Cota at heavyweight. Got to respect him for beating Cota at heavyweight. That guy was huge, and he had some power. Nick Maximov, if he can get the fight to the floor, which I suggest he will find a way, will submit Punahele Soriano and surprise a ton of people here. I'm going Nick Maximov upset. I could see him winning a decision. I could see Soriano landing the death punch, but more likely I see Maximov out grappling and finding a way here. I'm going Maximov for the win. Did I throw the poll up, or did I totally forget the poll? No, I got the poll up. Thank God. We got the poll up. Let's go. Make sure you get your votes in. I'm very curious where you guys are leaning on this fight. I'm on the Maximov side, the upset side. I don't like the way that he like stand square with his high guard and then like kind of like shoot low and make it obvious he's going for the takedown. I expect him to blend his striking with his wrestling just a bit better than his last fight. Still was effective. Punahele Soriano has a stand-up edge, but I don't think he has the grappling to keep this kid off of him. I'm going Nick Maximov upset. Looking at the lines for the underdog, Maximov plus 168, Soriano minus 181. Maximov wins via submission. If you were to, is plus 375. Soriano by KO plus 125. Very interesting fight when you have an undefeated guy in Maximov versus a real tough prospect in Soriano, who was just recently beaten for the first time. I'm intrigued by this fight. I want to see what they both bring, but I'm going Nick Diaz Academy, Nick Maximov for the win in this fight. Let's go. Let's go. This fight should have been on UFC 270. You mean the Shavkat fight or this one? For the year, fighter of the year, Big Tuna, solid grappling. He needs some work, man, but Sullivan Colley's is pretty tough. Bing bong, big bong. Are you betting this weekend? Of course, my man. I like betting much Corky percent. Maximov, okay. Madoff was incredible last weekend. Nick Service is the first. I don't know about first round. Yeah, man. The small cage is also a factor. Let's note that. 25 feet. Maximov will find a way to get this fight to the floor, man. Of course, I think that he'll be prepared for the attack, but still, you can train at a good wrestling team. You can be around a lot of good wrestlers. Maximov doesn't have your super traditional style of wrestling either, man. And that's why I'm going Maximov. Yeah, I think Stockton stand up. No, 100%. There's a lot of wrestlers there. Not necessarily the same style, though, as Maximov, who brings like that jiu-jitsu wrestling blend pretty well. Underdog night. I'm feeling an underdog night, man. The people are on Soriano by a smidge, but good to see that there are some agreeers of the Maximov side here. Almeida and Strickland, minus 125, 5 units. If you're feeling that confidence, baby, both should win. That's what I'm going to say. The people might have another take, man. Soriano has some. I dug on Soriano's wrestling. I looked into it a bit. Not at the same level, I would say, as like a Cody Brundridge, who Maximov out wrestled, but then he doesn't bring the stand up. Here is why I'm liking Maximov. Soriano's game is based on letting the hands fly, which can put opportunities out there for a good counter wrestler. I think Maximov finds a way to wrestle, man. I think it is wrestling better. How do I advise a newbie on betting and getting started? Someone who doesn't want to throw crazy money. How do you suggest someone to bet? I would say bet to start betting. Just join a bookie. I'm gonna say you can jump on Bet Online, MyBookie, Bovada. There's so many. Join one. If you're gonna use cryptocurrency, that's my personal method. Use that. But sometimes I'll use cash, like whatever. Excuse me, use credit or debit, whatever the fuck. But more so, the crypto's easier. You can just pop it in, pop it out, no questions asked. Whereas if you're using like a credit or debit card, you're going to need to be in like a state where it's like fully legalized gambling and stuff like that. It's just can be more of a headache to cash out. You're allowed to place the bet, but then you might not be allowed to cash it out where you're at, which is a problem with some of the bookies. So choose one, start, just throw some money in. I would say 2 to 3 bet minimum. I wouldn't bet just one fighter on the card. I would say 2 to 3 bet minimum. Throw a couple $100 out there. I mean, shit, if you don't have a couple hundred, you want to just throw 100, maybe bet $30 on somebody that's plus money, bet on a couple underdogs with $30. It's not a bad strategy. Is Maximum style like Shields? Not necessarily, no, but he has good wrestling and slick jiu-jitsu. He's faster on the floor than Shields, I feel like. Not as heavy on top, though. Thoughts on Strickland? You a fan? I think he's a wild motherfucker, and I like it. Yeah, I'm a fan, bro. I am a fan. I am a fan of the Strickland man. All right, let me close out this poll and let's jump to the main event. Guys, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't yet. If you're watching, you're enjoying the content, leave me a like, show some love to your boy, and let's keep pumping out these picks live here. Jack Hermansson, Sean Strickland, our main event of the evening. I cannot wait. Let's go. Let me quickly place the poll out there for you guys. Hermansson. This is a great fight. High stakes, too. All right. So let's talk about this fight. Jack Hermansson, Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's stand-up game is where his money has been made. He really burst onto the scene in 2020 with that pressure striking style. He lets the hands fly. It's like a Philly shell style. Gets modified. It's not exactly a Philly shell from boxing. It's where you hold one hand a little low. You use the shoulder at times. You'll be slick. Like he'll press in. He'll let the hands fly. He'll catch shots. He'll roll with strikes. He rolls the punches pretty well. High volume. Goes for the kill. Sean Strickland is a press forward, go for the kill guy. He spars all the time. His gas tank is good. Now, we haven't seen him recently fight against someone with the grappling credentials of Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson will be tricky to deal with if he gets on top. His wrestling is not all that great for this matchup. Jack Hermansson is a Greco-style wrestler. So with Greco-Roman, it's more clinch-based takedowns. And he's not going to have an easy time clinching up Strickland. If he was more of your traditional freestyle wrestler, I can see him locking up some singles, blasting it, putting him against the cage. Hermansson doesn't have a ton of explosiveness either. More of a slow twitch guy. Works good technique, okay stand-up game, high guard style, decent kicks, but nothing to write home about with Jack Hermansson striking. His bread and butter is the submissions. He has a great, heel hook, I believe it was against Kelvin Gastelum. Yeah, heel hook against Gastelum. Then Vettori beats him by decision. He has a hard fight with Shabazian, but he wins. Cannonier knocked him out, and he beat Jacare Souza. Hermansson is a top-of-the-line, tricky matchup for the new blood to emerge. And Sean Strickland, not necessarily new blood. I mean, he's been around forever, but he's now making a splash in 2022 more than ever. And he's really become a notable fighter. He's getting some publicity online. You know, he's definitely got a cult following. The hardcores love Sean Strickland. I'm a fan personally, but I'm not picking him because I'm a fan. I'm picking him because he wins his fight majority of the time, maybe 9.5 times out of 10. Like, I really think the only way he would lose here is if Hermansson gets him in a tricky grappling position in the first 3.5 minutes. That's his best bet to win. As it goes longer, I see Strickland beating up Hermansson and breaking him down. Hermansson's tough. He's not going to go down easy. But I think Sean Strickland around the third or fourth is when he gets to finish. The punches will become too much. Strickland's going to be going for the KO throughout. I think he finds a way to the chin. I think he hurts Hermansson. Hermansson, known tough guy, but he has been stopped before, and I see Sean Strickland doing that to him. Sean Strickland, KO, TKO, 3 or 4, stand up Strickland, wrestling defense. Strickland's there. The offensive wrestling is not super high level from Hermansson, pure grappling. I got to say the edge is towards Hermansson. Sean Strickland, though, lot to like. Prospect, definitely at 30 years of age, is coming to his own. I'm telling you guys, he might make a title run this year. If he wins this fight, he's not that far off, depending what happens with Jared Cannonier, Derek Brunson. Are we going to do Derek Brunson versus Adesanya 2 if he wins? Or are we going to give Sean Strickland the go? We'll see. We'll find out. I like Sean Strickland for the win, beating Jack Hermansson, and I do think he's going to knock him out as well. Absolutely fantastic fight. Absolutely fantastic. Shavkat versus Carlston should headline. Maybe, bro. It's based. Co-main event, yeah. Bovada is nice in terms of having more props and live betting. Yeah, bro. Then check out Bovada too. I wanna make a Bovada account. I'm on Chidi for sure, brother. Stats on Strickland's house tour look like a fucking shit house, but it's pretty funny. He's living. He's living. Just about to pick him, you think? Okay. Yeah, I think Hermansson's getting beat up. That's just his Vegas. That's probably it. He's a troll, man. Sean definitely has BJJ. That's just not his style in MMA, but it'll be fine for the clinch positions. The only trouble I really see is if Hermansson is able to pass and get side control, it could be trouble. But man, he didn't look great like on top of Shabazian and shit, man. The Shabazian and Gastelum wins haven't aged well. I mean, the Gastelum win was great, but the Shabazian win wasn't good. It was a hard fought win. Him and Hamzat are competitive. I'd be interested in that fight. What do you make of Strickland's grappling match and Hermansson grappling Hamzat? Hamzat ran him over, man. Strickland, I'm not really too concerned about him on the grappling side of things. Definitely some guys are going to choke him out if he's in the submission game. That's not really his forte. He's a puncher, man. He's a striker. He wants to throw the hands, man. Hermansson for the W, think decision. That's fair, too. Strickland, 80% takedown defense. Yeah, great note, man. Great stat. You think submission? You think Hermansson by submission, mate? You're wild, man, bro. I'm on the other side, dude. Strong. I'm on Strickland. Yeah, I think Strickland will be fine, bro. I think Strickland works him, bro. I'm big on Strickland. You're a diehard Strickland fan? Okay. Okay. Yeah, bro. I think that Strickland gets the W, bro. I've been following him a while, back when he was fucking Tarzan. Now, he said he told the UFC, don't call me Tarzan. They're still calling him Tarzan. Odds for this fight, minus 205, Strickland, plus 185, Hermansson. If you want to prop things up, Strickland wins, KO, TKO. Maybe it's possible for sure. Plus 225. So definitely some value. Pretty good card, man. UFC Vegas 47, also known as UFC Fight Night 200, UFC Fight Night Hermansson versus Strickland at the UFC Apex. Pretty great card. Just to run through it for those who weren't here for the whole thing, I'll give you the pick for every fight. Bondar over Malcolm Gordon, Jason Witt over Philip Rowe, Jailton Almeida over Danilo Marques, Julija Stoliarenko over Alexis Davis, Chidi and Njokuani over Marc-André Barriault, Mike Trizano over Hakeem Dawodu, Miles Johns over John Castañeda, Julian Erosa over Steven Peterson, Tresean Gore over Bryan Battle, Sam Alvey over Brendan Allen, Shavkat Rakhmonov over Carlston Harris, Nick Maximov over Punahele Soriano. Ballsy pick there. Risky pick there, but I'm going with it. Sean Strickland over Jack Hermansson. Overall, some savage picks. We're going hard out here, bro. We're going ham, and we're giving it our best go. Hey, shout out to Tajiki Bay. Much love, bro. Thank you, bro. He said, great show. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you, bro. You're doing great work on Twitter as well, man. I got to try to pop up into your spaces more often, man. I enjoy chatting it up with you, man. Shout out to GQ Bay. Much love, brother. Appreciate the dono, supporting the channel. I know you've been an OG and a follower a long time, man. And I really appreciate you, man. Much love, brother. Benson Henderson, me fighting Benson Henderson, if they pay me good, but I'm going to get fucking destroyed. I prefer not taking that beat down unless they're paying nice. You give me $100,000, we'll do it. Yeah, if Strickland wins, he should get a title shot, 6 or 7 in a row now. Jack would have to be 1. I think Jack might be 2 away, bro, even with the win, because he's not on that upper echelon role. Thoughts on the sparring knockout? Pretty fucking ruthless. You spar with Sean Strickland, you're going to war, baby. Tajiki Bay. Is Strickland one of the locks? Yeah, I'd say so. We'll go into the locks tomorrow with this week's best MMA bets. I'll drop that. We'll go through the full card. I'll give you guys my take on each and every fight. One of the cards, that I'm really pumped for is this one, man. I'm a big Strickland guy. I love the co-main. I love pretty much every fight on this card. It's nice to have some UFC action after Bellator and Eagle FC. We're going to the top, the elite status. And let me close out the poll as well. Strickland is a huge favorite with the people. You guys are all over him, man. Let's see. The official poll, as we close it out, 83% Strickland, 16% for Hermansson. That's good stuff. Jack is underrated ground and pound. I don't think he's getting it off here, though, bro, against Strickland. That's my take. Let's fight Spong. Yeah. Yeah, let me fight. I'm gonna be honest. I'll cheer you on, man. I'll cheer you on. You go fight Spong and get your head kicked clean off. I'll pass, bro. I'll watch from the outside. I'll do a breakdown of it, man. I got you at a plus 2,000 underdog, my brother. Hey, thank you, Keep Out. I hope you guys enjoyed the live breakdown. I hope you're enjoying the StreamYard look that you guys have, the comments that pop up. I'm loving it. I love the interaction. Guys, if you're watching and you haven't smashed the like button, do me a favor, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Keep it locked in here at MMA Experts, man. Yes, sir. Definitely Tajiki Bay. We'll definitely be in touch, man. We'll definitely talk there, man. I love hearing your takes as well, brother, man. Great night, guys. Great night. I appreciate you guys. Hey, if you go to your TV tour, I might bring you to a plus, 1,995 or something like that. Thank you, Hype. Much love, bro. Much love to all you guys. I'm about to get out of here. I will see you all tomorrow for this week's Best of MMA Bets. Keep it locked in, baby. Smash the likes. Subscribe. Thank you all. Much love, guys. Peace, and have a great night.